Morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, November 29th, 2023, and I'm on my way to get new tires on my car here. It's got snow tires on it right now because they lost my summer tires, so I just left the snows on. I'm trying out a set of all-weather Michelins, so see how that goes. Anyway, it's 9 o'clock in the morning right now, so odds of trading today are low. I did trade Monday. I sat down yesterday for about half an hour, and the market was just trapped in like a 5-point range, so I was walked away from that. And tomorrow I should be able to actually devote the morning to trading. But in the meantime, I thought, why not do some questions and answers? I'm going to have some time to wait here. Oh, it's a chilly one, guys. I'm out getting some fresh air while they put my tires on. One thing worth mentioning, my car, well, this one is a 2017 RAV4. It's only got 50,000 miles on it now, but it needs rear brakes, and the front power locks have quit. The driver's one's totally quit, the right side's intermittent. It's a problem with these. I had it at Toyota this week to get the transmission fluid changed, just as regular maintenance, and I asked them just for fun, for a quote, what it would cost for them to do those driver's door locks while it's in there. $2,500. The parts alone are $750 per side. Add that to a rear brake job, and you're looking at, well over $3,000. I have the parts on order, and I've got about $650 into the parts, and I'm going to do it myself. It's worth learning how to work on your own cars, guys. It saves a lot of money. Luke Villavicious is asking about, thinking about moving from Trade of 8 to something you can use Sierra Chart with. And he's in Ireland, which is very cool. However, I don't really have a good answer for you, Luke, if it will work if Teton will work with Ireland as a broker. I mean, as long as the broker itself supports Teton with Sierra Chart, it should work. I just don't know if there's any brokers in Ireland that do that. If you can find a U.S. broker that will serve you in Ireland that uses Teton, I'd just go with it. You're going to have your money's going to be a little bit at risk because it's going to be with the broker there. I don't know if your brokers in Ireland will guarantee your money like they do in Canada, but it's well worth trying to use the U.S. broker. I just think for the small bit of risk there is and the little extra fees for your wire transfers and stuff, overall, if it's something you're going to wind up doing long term, it's going to be way cheaper. Ramos Hunted K. Is trading on a laptop helpful as a beginner? Well, I don't think it really matters one way or the other, if you're a beginner or not. Trading on a laptop, I don't really like it. I did a video on how you can essentially use your laptop to power a regular monitor setup, which is the way to go. But if you're just trying to get a feel for this and you're not a professional trader, or you're not doing it full time, or you're not profitable, already making money at it, why not? Whatever computer you have is the one to try it with. But you try it in paper trading, in demo, until you learn how to do it. And then you start with the smallest possible amount of real money you can. And if it works for you, you very, very slowly scale up to larger positions. Mr. Engie asking if I trade copper much. No, I don't. I haven't traded copper in a long time. Have I traded it before? Yes. Is it tradable? Yes. And your comment about it trading off the Shanghai Open price is very valid. It's done that for a very long time. It certainly is doable. It just hasn't been something that has fit it hasn't made it into my favorite products, though I do really like looking at the copper price because so much of the economy is dependent on copper. Polak NPA wants to know my opinion on trading one pair and one session. I'm assuming you mean like one instrument in one session. I think that's fantastic. That's what I prefer to do. If you can pick one instrument that you like, trade it in one session, one time period, and get to know the price action during that time of day really well, and just zero in on getting to learn like one thing really, really well, and trading at one time of the day. You may change it to a different time of day, you may change it to a different instrument, but try one thing at a time. If you're bouncing around through too many different things at once, it makes it a lot longer, I think, the learning curve. Sky Flesh Video has a good question. Thank you very much for your compliments there, sir. And it says he's a break-even trader right now, which is fantastic. You're already most of the way there, believe me. And he's wondering, about taking picky trades, being picky about taking trades. I talk about that sometimes. Essentially what that means is, I know the setups I want to use. Through time, I know a number of things that are going to make it more likely to succeed. And by being picky, it means only taking the best setups and taking trades whenever the technicals line up with the setup. Trying to put the odds as much in your favor as possible, and just avoiding taking a trade because you're in front of the desk and you should be trading, so you want to be taking a trade. That's what I mean by being picky about trades. Don't take the ones that maybe we'll give it a shot. Just even if it means sitting through sessions without taking anything. Like yesterday, for instance, on Tuesday, I sat down for about half an hour and it was in like a 5-point range. I said, forget it, I'm walking away, and we'll try it again on Thursday. Resisting the temptation to just take a trade for boredom or because you're there to work, so you should be working. That attitude works in most things, but not in trading. Brian Schwarzentuber. Always appreciate hearing from you, Brian. Always have good questions. What do you think about keeping tabs on the big movers or the big weighted stocks in the S&P whenever you're trading the ES? Well, I do that, Brian. I use TickStrike, and I have I don't have each chart for each individual stock up, but I have the TickStrike up for a number of the big stocks in the ES and the NQ for that matter, going all the time. So I'm keeping tabs on at least the relative movement of those stocks all the time. So I think it's well worth looking at. The 10-year, I do have a chart of the 10-year up. I don't have it on my screen where you guys can see it, but I have the 10-year up. But I just love the 30-year. That's the one I found has had the best correlation over the years I've traded, and it's the one that I prefer to trade itself whenever I do trade bonds. Dak Loudy, thank you for your question, and I hear this a lot. You wind up trading okay in sim, and then when it goes to real money, or in this case an evaluation account, it all goes down the tubes, right? Thank you, by the way, NIM3, for an excellent answer to that question. As he says, exposure therapy is what does it. But having said that, whenever you do move to live, I don't know what the setup is with your evaluation account. And I know it's not real money either, but you have to treat it like real money, which you should trade your demo like real money too, but I mean, easier said than done. The big thing is you have to make the step between demo and real as small as possible and go from the demo account to the real account in the absolute smallest position size possible until you get used to that feeling of trading real money. Now, in the case of an evaluation account, I don't know what size you're trading. Are you trading one micro? Are you trading a mini? Because it's an evaluation account, so they can be whatever size it wants to be, really. So maybe that has something to do with it. Is there a way you can trade just a micro, so that even though it is still kind of pretend money, though it does count, because if you don't do well, you have to pay a fee the next month or whatever it is. It's a bad hair day. What can I say? It's windy. Really, it just takes time. It takes time to program your body to that feeling of the trade actually mattering as opposed to not mattering. I wish I had a better answer for you, except to try and make the numbers line up and the position sizes line up between the sim account and the real account / evaluation account. And just, if you're not feeling 100% on the trade, don't take it. And don't do an evaluation where they make you take a certain amount of trades. If they make you take 5 trades a month or something, that's fine. But if they make you take 5 trades a day, forget it. Move on to something else where you're not pushed to trade whenever you otherwise maybe wouldn't. Well, that looks like my car up there, so I guess I'm going to get going. Well, that was an unpleasant experience. They tried to charge me too much for the tires. I tell you got to pay attention to everything these days to avoid getting screwed over. Now, they're not cheap tires, but they're advertised on the site on sale for $285 a tire. And they charged me $325. Now, the installation, disposal, environmental fee and all that, that's fine. That was all separate. They charged me $40 per tire too much versus what it's on their site and their app for right now. So I called them on it, and it took me probably 15 minutes of trying to explain it. I wrote the entire thing out on the back, did the math for them on the back of the bill. Anyway, they honored it. I don't know why, but the computer told them to charge too much. So anyway, a bit unpleasant, but It's all done, and now we're all set. So anyway, I'm going to call that a day because I want to make sure I get this edited and up for you. Keep your questions and comments coming. I will be doing more very soon. Thank you so much for watching as always. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys again soon.